One Zambia, One Nation. Thanks for joining us on tonight's edition of Zanis News. To present, my name is Juliet Mtala. The headlines. Motorists call for speedy repair of Serengeti Road. Over 2 million kwacha released to rehabilitate Akasokoshi Dam. Government aims to ease process of acquiring title deeds. Plus, Western holds Culture Festival. The news in detail. Motorists have expressed concern over the deplorable state of the Serengeti Road, which pose danger to road safety. The motorists have since called for remedial measures before the onset of the rains. Daniel Billy gives us more details in this report.
A good road network is of primary and critical importance to the economy of the country, with more than 95% of people and 98% of goods being transported by road. However, the poor state of the road section on the Great North Road between Serengeti and Mpika poses a great challenge in improving Zambia's road safety profile and enhancing efficient, sustainable road transport system for economic development. Motorists have expressed concern over the deplorable state of the road as they call for immediate remedial measures to be implemented.
3 days or 4 days went using the road because we're going slowly. For speed 40, 60. When it's going high speed, must be accident. Truck is there, accident. So we're affected for taking a lot of the time, lot of the days when to traveling the truck. But in Pika to Serengeti is too near because maybe 4 something or 300 and something kilometers. But we took a lot of the time, so sometimes attacks. It's coming to attack, sleeping, so.
A larger section of the road is narrow and without shoulders, forcing vehicles to flip over. And
there's a lot of lives that are being lost here. As you can see, the trucks have been falling here time and again. We need at least, even if they are not able to overhaul the whole road, at least if they can patch up where it is very much deplorable, it will be very helpful to us motorists. Otherwise, it's a danger here.
And RATSA Head of Public Relations, Frederick Mbanga, has appealed to motorists to take caution as they use the Great North Road.
Exercise maximum patience and plan your journeys accordingly. When we mean about planning our journeys accordingly, we want to caution motorists to avoid, by all means, if possible, not to use this road during night time. If during the day we are having difficulties to navigate such kind of the road, in the night the situation is worse. So let's plan our journey properly and find a way of navigating such a road.
Daniel Billy, Zanis News, Mpika, Muchinga Province.
Now, Western Province Minister Kapelwa Mbangweta has reaffirmed government's commitment towards ending child labor in the region. Mr. Mbangweta made the remarks during the relaunch of the We Prosper program, which is funded by Japan Tobacco International JTI. The program is designed to fight against child labor in Kahema and Kauma districts. More in the following report.
Children in rural parts of the country are forced into child labor in order to help alleviate poverty at household level. Kahema district has not been spared. This is why governments, in collaboration with Japan Tobacco International, have embarked on a program that helps guardians and children stop child labor and get back to school.
I would like to emphasize that every child has the right to an education, and it is our responsibility as a collective, as community members, to ensure that they have that opportunity to reach their full potential. Between the years 2013 and 2018, we were able to take or to prevent approximately 16,000 children out of child labor and putting them back into schools in Zambia.
Western Province Minister Kapelo Mbangweta noted that the current legislature and free education is a live testimony in showing the concern government attaches to child issues.
Government recognizes JTI's long-term efforts toward the elimination of child labor through it is achieving reduction of child labor in support of free education, ARISE program which was launched in 2013 within Kaoma and Nkeyema and has achieved notable milestones such as a significant improvement in enrollment of children in formal education, supporting households with improved income generating activities, as well as continue the efforts to sensitize and educate communities about the negative effects of child labor.
Meanwhile, Nkeyema District Commissioner Mukobesa Ellis disclosed that child labor is rampant in the district during harvesting time.
We are aware that most of our children are not able to attend schools because our country was hit badly on economic. Most of our children spend most of their time doing some work in the field, especially in tobacco growing. So we appreciate by the initiative which has taken place by JTI to make sure that we scamp this violence.
And a grade 9 pupil at Kangolongolo Primary School revealed that most pupils are used in charcoal burning, farming and domestic work. He thanked JTI and government for the support of free education.
To thank government under the leadership of His Excellency the President Mr. Hakainde Hichilema for the introduction of free education. This has enabled us to have an opportunity to be educated to better our lives.
According to the 2020 International Labour Law Survey, about 79 million children are considered to be in hazardous work, and most child labor is concentrated in the agriculture sector in Zambia. Mulima Stundeko reporting, Zanis in Mukuye area.
In Central Province, BIZED has embarked on a program to promote the buying and consuming of local products by Zambians using schooled birds. BIZED Media Director Kono Zimba says buying local products will not only reduce the prices of some goods, but also create employment for the locals. He explained that foreign companies must shift their production to the source where the raw materials are extracted, as opposed to importing finished products. Mr. Zimba was speaking during a school debate held at Kalonga Secondary School in Kabwe, where the company has also donated sanitary pads for the girls. And school head teacher Keith Jembo thanked BIZED for the gesture, saying the donations will help the girl child to continue attending classes without any disturbances.
Imported goods and local goods, they need to square off. But us as local manufacturers, not to be biased, but the correct issue here is, when we are local manufacturers, are we meeting the international standards? Because if you check along Great North Road, in Zambia, let me say in Africa per se, we are one of the biggest in terms of those trailing transportation, taking raw materials to other nations. I'll give you an example, China. Those imported products, remember where is the primary source? It's coming from here, you see? So it's not like I want to be biased, I don't want to shoot you off the arm, but the issue is worldwide. We have recession, where all countries they are complaining about employment. If we don't create our own employment here, who's going to do that for us? Imported products, they need to come. We accept. But us as local manufacturers, are we meeting the quality? The choice is yours as a consumer.
On behalf of my Debs, who is not with us, and the PO, I want to make mention here that what you've done is something very, very important. It's a great donation that will go a long way. I can confess that most of us schools like Longa, I want to believe Broadway as well, with people who come from, should I say, low-income families. And an item of this nature means a lot to them.
In Northern Province, government has released over 2.3 million kwacha for for the rehabilitation of the Akasokoshe Dam in Luwingu District. Provincial Water Development Officer Charles Changa says government has since contracted the Zambia National Service ZNS to work on the dam. Mr. Changa explains that the dam, which was helping the local people with water for irrigation and aquaculture, had a capacity of over 72,000 cubic meters before it was damaged in 2016. He told Zanis that the rehabilitation works are expected to be complete in 4 months. And in agriculture news, Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo has assured traditional leaders that government will be prudent in the distribution of farming inputs. Mr. Matambo told the leaders during the Lesang Kushe traditional ceremony in Ponga district that government has placed the needs of farmers with great importance. Let's take a look in this report.
It is an annual event held among the Bulima-speaking people in Mpongwe district. The Lesang Kushe traditional ceremony of the Bulima-speaking people of Mpongwe is held annually to depict the migration of the tribe from the Lubalunda Kingdom of Kola in Angola to present-day Zambia. Rasford Walaya is organizing committee chairperson.
From Karisa, the first chief Lesa, chieftains has changed hands several times, and here now we have the current chieftainess Lesa, commonly known as Kafialule.
Speaking on behalf of traditional leaders in the province, Chief Machia of the Lamba-speaking people expressed concern over the lack of information regarding the 2022 Farmer Input Support Program. Copperbelt Province Minister Elisha Matambo assured that government was on course regarding the Farmer Input Support Program.
They want to take advantage of us, especially the opposition. They are trying to bring in propaganda redistribution of fertilizer. His Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema is a farmer. He understands the importance of farming. And one of the most important issues he wants to tackle in this country is farming. A place like Mpongwe, a place like Lufuanyama, Masaiti, Mukushi, and other places, Eastern Province, Ukuriubulimi, Deti Barekere Sheko Chave, yo. The fertilizer can come on Achepa, he will definitely send more fertilizer so that everyone gets the fertilizer which they need to get.
Noah Kangali for Zanis in Mpongwe.
In a related development, Lumezi Town Council in Eastern Province has procured a tractor, plow and tipper trailer at a cost of 650,000 kwacha under the Capital Equalization Funds. Lumezi Council Chairperson Oliver Mwale says the equipment will be used for waste collection in markets and other business premises, while the plow and the tipper trailer will be used for agriculture purposes. Mr. Mwale was speaking during the commissioning of the equipment and noted the consistent displacement of funds to the council that is helping in efficient service delivery. The District Director of Health, Evans Piri, has observed that proper waste management will lead to reduction of communicable diseases. Still in the news tonight, government has urged the constituency and ward development committees in Mpulungu district to understand their roles as development agencies at local level. Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape said this during a fact-finding meeting that Action Aid Zambia organized. More in this report.
In order to transfer authority to lower levels of governance, government formulated the Ward Development Committees under the Constituency Development Fund Committees. Action Aid Zambia held a meeting with Constituency Development Fund and Ward Development Committees in Mpulungu to learn how they are operating and if they understand their respective roles in the development agenda. Action Aid Zambia Country Director Nalucha Ziba is happy with the findings.
Naba Constituency Development Fund Committee. Ukankala wa ino meeting yapa batukumileta chapa mu pantu wonse mule bombera chapa mu. ero wonse yo desire ocho mrefu kumona we antanshi muno mumpurungu wa kwisa pantanshi tefyefi. That's why these types of meetings are very important for us as an institution as ActionAid, because they are part of promoting transparency and accountability.
Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape said government attaches great importance to the committees.
Whether the problem has existed for 30 years, I think we are here to make solutions. That's why we are a new door government. So I think that is very, very important. In case we have faced challenges before, I think our approach is that we are going to solve them. We are going to devise mechanisms for solutions. I think that should be very, very important.
Participants are grateful to ActionAid for enlightening them on their roles.
The slogan of the president is to take back the powers to the people. And truly we are seeing this in reality, where all the powers have been taken back to us as the owners of the nation, concerned citizens.
Christine Mselu, reporting for Zanis in Mpulungu.
Government has been advised to include occupancy in the land titling program to cater for the vulnerable in the country. Medim Zambia Chief Executive Officer Peter Lungu says the occupancy license is cheaper and performs all the functions of a title deed. He said this when he donated 3 global positioning system gadgets to the Copperbelt University. Sandewale has the details.
Title to land is critical to every property owner as it guarantees one, a peace of mind. Further, it allows the owner to invest fully on it. To this end, Medim Zambia provides a sustainable, locally managed solution to land rights documentation at various levels.
Medim provides land tenure to people at the bottom of the economic pyramid on both state land and in customary areas. On state land, Medim is working with over 12 local authorities, assisting them to issue occupancy licenses as they prepare to begin the process to formalize these areas. At this stage, I would like to take this opportunity to urge the government to include occupancy licenses in the land titling program that is currently taking place to cater for the vulnerable. The occupancy license is cheaper and performs all the functions of a title deed. The only difference being that it is 30-year lease and the title is of 99-year lease.
In its quest to improve surveillance and mapping of land in the country, training of students on how to use the global positioning system, GPS gadgets, is important.
Our goal at Medim Zambia is to support higher education, making sure that the next generation of geometric engineers are equipped with industrial knowledge so they can effectively contribute to national development. We are therefore donating 3 Trimble T41 GPS devices to the Geometric Engineering Department valued at 100,000 kwacha. We hope this is the beginning of a lasting relationship between the 2 institutions.
And Copperbelt University School of Mines and Mineral Sciences, Dean Professor John Siame highlights the challenges the institution of higher learning faces due to lack of modern GPS equipment.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on this special occasion of the handover of the top-of-the-range handheld mapping devices by Medim to the Copperbelt University, it gives me great pleasure to witness through this event the contribution of industry partners to the enhancement of skills development for our students. It is a significant moment for the university as a whole, and particularly for the Geomatics Engineering Department in the School of Mines and Mineral Sciences.
These efforts by Medim Zambia in ensuring that land rights are provided to landowners at various levels will culminate into land tenure and financial inclusion for the people, especially the vulnerable in communities.
Authorities at the Ministry of Health in Southern Province have called for increased support towards persons suffering from post-acute COVID-19 cases in an effort to ensure comprehensive health care is provided to all. Provincial Health Director Kalistas Kayunga has explained that despite the reduction in COVID-19 cases, post-acute COVID-19 cases still remain high. Dr. Kayunga says people who severely suffered from COVID-19 may have conditions such as cardiac diseases and hypertension. He said this when he received a treatment and screening facility on behalf of Choma General Hospital from a Welsh-based NGO. Mothers of Africa valued at 250,000 kwacha, and Mothers of Africa trustee Job Mwanza has pledged continued support towards enhancing access to quality health care services for rural communities.
Despite the decline in COVID-19 cases, the pandemic has left various challenges, among them physical and mental side effects that some patients who suffered from COVID have continued to grapple with. In response to this, Mothers of Africa, a Welsh-based non-governmental organization, has supported Choma General Hospital with a screening and treatment facility valued at 250,000 kwacha to help with continued provision of health care services for recovered COVID patients.
As a charity, we'll continue supporting the province in whichever way we can, just to ensure that, especially for recipients of care, because we do understand that these are the people that if they suffer from COVID-19, it tends to be quite severe and sometimes even leads to death. So there's need that should there be those that have suffered from the COVID-19 and may suffer complications, it's important that they should have a space where they can actually access services for the continued quality care.
Authorities at Choma General Hospital are pleased with this development.
In our post-acute COVID clinics, so far we have seen about 52 patients, 6 of them having suffering from diabetes mellitus, 19 suffering from hypertension, 17 suffering from cardiac disease, and 20 others suffering from other illnesses. It's wonderful donation which will go a long way in saving the people of Choma who are suffering from post-acute COVID-19 ailments.
However, the Provincial Health Office has advised healthcare providers.
We must go beyond looking for acute medical conditions in our clients or patients that have suffered from COVID. Remember, every stressful situation, every outbreak, every war has a psychological impact on the well-being of our citizens and the communities. We need to make sure that our service is comprehensive.
Liseli Muche, Zanis, in Choma District, Southern Province.
We now take you to Western Province, where Western Province has increased the number of HIV treatment centers following the commissioning of the second Pediatric Center of Excellency at Yeta District Hospital in Sesheke District. Ikachana Sindala witnessed the commissioning and now reports.
Government and its cooperating partners are making tireless efforts to ensure that the HIV pandemic is eradicated in the country. In this regard, various approaches, among them the establishment of pediatric centers of excellency, are being put in place to fight the pandemic. In Sesheke District, Western Province Permanent Secretary Momo Akapelwa officially opened one such a center.
95% of all people living with HIV must know their status. 95% of those who know their status must be retained on treatment. And 95% of those on treatment must be virally suppressed. Distinguished guests, with support from the United States of America President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, we have performed very well as a country against these targets, especially in the adult population. The CDC has played and continues to play a central role in this plan. On the other hand, in the population of children living with HIV, we are yet to achieve the aforementioned 95 United Nations AIDS targets.
Western Province Acting Director of Health, Dr. Walubita Sulo, disclosed other districts that will be benefiting from the Center of Excellence.
This facility has been put up specifically to enable the province and the district in Sesheke give comprehensive HIV care to the children of this district. By it being here, we will be able to cater and offer support to the surrounding districts of Mulobezi and Mwandi.
Yeta District Hospital Management was grateful to government and its cooperating partners for the facility.
This facility will go a long way in enhancing the quality of care that children living with HIV will receive in our district. We wish to thank the New Dawn government for the continued support.
The Eta District Hospital Pediatric Center of Excellence in Sesheke District is the second one so far to have been opened in Western Province. The first center was earlier this week opened at Lewanika General Hospital in Mongo. Reporting for Zanis, I am Ikachana Singala in Sesheke District of Western Province.
Over 1,200 midwives and nurses from 6 nursing schools in Central Province have graduated. Minister of Health, Sylvia Masebo, who was represented by Central Province Permanent Secretary Milna Mwanagampwe, has urged the graduates to offer their best to communities once employed.
I promise to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding. I promise to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding.
This is the pledge graduating nurses have made as they'll be providing health services to the community. Over 1,200 nurses from 6 schools of nursing in Central Province have made it to go and save lives as professionals at the first ever 4th combined graduation ceremony for nurses and midwives held at Radio Stadium in Kabwe. Central Province Permanent Secretary Milna Mwanagampwe represented Health Minister Sylvia Maseo at the event.
Because the community out there is extremely expectant of a nurse, of a public health worker who will deliver with the valiance that the community expects. Do not neglect your duties. You need to meet your expectations in a rapidly developing world. Look at the new diseases surrounding the world. Learning must be a continuous process and progressive.
Central Province Director of Health, Abel Cavallo, says human resources is one of the major pillars in the delivery of quality health services.
You are all aware that one of the key pillars in our health system strengthening is human resource for health. And it is being demonstrated today that as days go by, we are strengthening that pillar to just ensure that our health workers and our health institutions are well manned by qualified health workers.
A graduate, Sergeant Bruno Smangala, has promised to uphold the professional ethics.
We promise to cultivate the advice you have given us, and we will surely apply it throughout our nursing career as we serve our nation and the globe at large. For my fellow graduates, let us go out there and be the resilient that will practice quality nursing and professionalism with excellence.
With the government recruitment of more than 11,000 health workers, the onus is up to the nurses to ensure that lives are saved. As the adage goes that, when you save a life, you are a hero. But when you save many lives, you are a nurse. For Zanis, I'm Simeon Mbewe in Kabwe, Central Province.
Lastly, in the news, Western Province has held a culture festival ahead of the Tourism, Trade and Investment Exposition, which is slated for October 10 to 15, 2022. The festival showcased different traditional dances, crafts, fashion, and designs. Here are the details.
These are some of the dances that showcase the rich traditional culture of the Lozi-speaking people. Different culture groups gathered at Mongo Stadium to display various dances, music, art and food during the Western Province Culture Festive and Expo Carnival that was organized by the Department of Culture and Tradition Affairs ahead of the 2022 Western Expo to be held in Mongo in a few weeks. Gracing the event, Mongo District Commissioner Morgan Akabeswa calls on people to add value to culture as it plays a significant role in national development.
Culture is dynamic, and as it evolves, we should worry of not losing it completely, because of the new forms that we are embracing. What is important, as I've said before, is to add value to it and be in conformity with the changing times.
The organizers of the event also shed more light on the importance of culture.
Cultural festivals are very important in the sense that they are there to help the people of a nation to showcase their various cultural activities.
Exhibitors at the Musical and Culture Festive are delighted about the event.
Lichozasiso zalutusa kekuli lihulisize bokukwa luna lihulisize bashemi baluna aluko nikulidwela.
We do live music and this is electronic music at the same Rastafarian art and club. Yes, I saw Luna.
The musical festive was held under the theme Promoting Cultural Heritage and Homegrown Entrepreneurship in the Post-COVID-19 Era. Sifue Mwangala for Zanis News in Mongo District of Western Province.
Interesting story there. Now, as we end the news, a recap on the headlines. Motorists call for speedy repair of Serengempika Road. Over 2 million kwacha released to rehabilitate Akasokoshi Dam. Government aims to ease process of acquiring title deeds. Plus, Western holds Culture Festival. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Juliet Mutale, and always remember we are one Zambia, one nation. Bye-bye.